fairly straightforward.
Fozie's just getting ready. This is her new set of knives, Damascus.
I'll put a little potato talking.
Fozie's got a new set of knives, they're really sharp. Too sharp. We've got 2 people signed up, so what is the... what's on the agenda?
Meatball curry and aloo parantha. Hello everybody! Welcome to our cook along today. Who's online today? Who is it? Who's on? Time to wash hands, get started. Okay. I don't know whose birthday is today, so we can't sing any happy birthday songs today. Okay, so what are we cooking today? We are cooking meatball curry, because somebody requested it specifically. And I thought we'll do a veggie option as well, which is aloo parantha, okay? Rather than having just meat and a dessert, okay? To start with, we'll start off with the potatoes because we need to get them boiled.
David Cole's saying hello, Fozie.
Hi, David. So we're going to start with the aloo, with the potatoes. Is aloo, sorry, in
Nisi.
And what we're going to do is...
hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. So we're just starting with peeling the potatoes. I haven't weighed these yet, sort of thing. So I'm going to do about 2 of these. They're quite large potatoes. Just going to start peeling them and putting them in water. And just start boiling them off. This is for the aloo parantha. Okay, this is not for the kofta. This is for the aloo parantha.
Why are you using a sharp knife?
Because you put them in the poch case, didn't you? I'll get them in a minute. I need to use them anyway. In a minute. Okay, so.
Yamina. Assalamu alaikum.
Oh, Sam. Right. That's what we're doing. We'll start with the aloo parantha. Okay, so we are doing potatoes first. Boiling potatoes. Basically making mashed potatoes with some spice mix. Okay. I think these 2 should be enough actually because they're quite big potatoes.
Shubi with salam and too.
Shrooms. Right. Hope you're paying attention. Right.
Peel your potatoes.
Peel your potatoes if you're cooking along because I know there's a few people that are doing aloo tikki with me, so just get ready and just get organised. I have put the kettle on to boil as well, sorry. So because you're going to use hot water to start the potatoes, make sure you put your kettle on. Okay, let's have a look, see how we go with that first. I'm just going to wash these 2, give them a little wash. Okay, right.
Fozie's got a new set of knives.
Did you like the design on them? I like the design on them. Okay, so let's cut down. Okay. Just, you know what, when you can either keep them all whole and peeled or whatever, but we're just trying to make it as quick as possible for the boiling, okay? So I'm just going to put these in the pan just to start boiling. I know by taking the peel off, you're taking some of the nutrition out, but we need to make this as quick as possible. There we go. Is that going to be enough? Maybe one more? Let's have a look. See how much we got in the pan.
So they're quite small.
But they're quite big potatoes, these. I'd probably say if you're using smaller potatoes, about 3. This will probably make about 3 paranthas, I reckon. My family have claimed this already. Okay, yeah. Maybe, so do another one. I'll do another one. I will do the last one. Let's make lots. Okay, so I'll do another one. If you're making a few, that's fine. You know what? If you're only making 1 or 2, that is plenty. Because I have a big family, as a lot of people know, this will be dished out. So I can't eat all of these, okay? And usually I tend to make in bulk anyway. It's very rare I make a small item. Right, and also when I'm making the kofta salad, which is the kofta curry, the meatball curry, I'm using a kilo. Now, if you followed me last year, you'll know that I tend to use a kilo of a lot of stuff because I think we were brought up with a kilo of chicken and a whole chicken and a kilo and that, because we've got big families and our parents would have to feed 8 or 9 of us, so we're used to making a pan full of curry, and that's the simple reason why we use a kilo of meat, really, sort of thing. You used to put that right in my face. I can tell it's right in my face. Mr. Chowdhury has still got his dressing gown on, just so you all know. Yeah. Okay, he just got up. He does do night, so that's his excuse, I'm sure. Okay, we've got loads of potato here. Yeah, right, okay.
Why do you not like using a potato peeler?
Oh, we've had this debate. I hate it. I hated it last year. I can't bear it. You know that, and you all know it. So I found it quicker. Okay, so we're going to cover it with hot water. Okay. And some salt. Always salty potatoes. Give it flavour. Some salt. Okay.
How much?
A teaspoon. Let's give it flavour. Right, that's going on. Well, that's about 20 minutes or so, okay?
Boil the potatoes.
Yeah. Okay. Now, we're going to start with the curry next. So, get yourself a wide base pan.
Top fan, Nyla.
That's my cousin.
So,
Nyla. Okay.
How do you get to be a top fan?
I don't know. Apparently, she's come regularly. I think so.
Nisa, you're a top fan.
Nisa's on everything with that as well, bless her. Right.
Nisi!
Okay, so, now I've got 3 medium-sized onions. I think this one's a little bit small, so I might add a little bit extra. So it's about 500 grams of chopped onions, or about three medium-sized onions.
What size are those? You've got 4.
Well, I didn't like the size of this last one, so I did a bit extra. Yeah, let me weigh it. Let me tell you. Let's weigh it. Let me get my weighing scale up. I'll tell you what it turns out to be.
Well, what is the quantity for medium?
Yeah, this is it. That's it. It's quite a dubious thing, isn't it? Sort of, you can say medium, you can say small, and you can say large. Okay, right, let's go.
You don't have to do this, by the way.
I was right, about 590, so 500 grams roughly.
500 grams of onion.
Roughly,
okay.
Approximately. There's no sort of definition. Okay. Okay, let's start with that. Okay, let's start slicing them down and adding them to the pan. You can chop it smaller if you haven't got confidence in this, but I probably will be using a stick blender to take it down.
Yeah, there's no oil in that, is there?
No, not yet. I haven't put the gas on yet. I'm just chopping the onions because I want people to chop them along if they haven't done so. Normally I tell you to slice them up as well ahead, just to stop you crying, really, to stop the tears flowing. Okay, it's the only reason why. Here we go. Right. So potatoes are on the boil, and that's for aloo parantha. We'll also make a couple of chapatti, to be honest, because you can't really make aloo parantha without chapatti anyway. Chapatti is just the plain floured version. There's no butter or oil. Reminds me to get the butter out. I'm going to get the butter out. If you are making parantha and we're using butter, we need to bring the butter to room temperature. So the next job is I'm going to take the butter out, which I've forgotten to do, because it'd be nice, easier to work with softer butter.
Nikki O'Donoghue says go Fosius.
Thanks, Nikki. Nikki got an order the other day and was happy, very happy. So, but you can learn some little tricks. Now, I'm not going to give every single recipe out under the sun, but I will give you some tricks off the trade, so to speak. Right, I'm just getting the butter out because I completely forgot to get that out.
Onions.
Right, so because the butter is rock solid, this is for the parantha later on. Because it's rock solid, what I'm going to do, easiest way is to chop it up into cubes and leave it out on room temperature. Because it will come down a lot quicker. Okay, make it into little cubes. A lot easier. I'm just going to leave it on that and leave it out. Okay, for about half an hour. Right, okay, so going back to my pan. Onions. We've got roughly about 3 medium size, 500 grams of onions.
Notice after Fosius cut them, she's not crying.
No, because I peel them. Okay, gas on, full. Right, we need about 300 mils of oil. Let's measure it.
300
Well,
mils.
let's have a look. Let's just check. Okay, that's about 250. Let's see if 250 is enough. 250 is enough, to be honest, because we're also going to fry the kofta. I think 250 I put in because we're going to. Let me just add some stuff into this for technically what we're doing today. So you've got the 250 mils of oil, about 500 grams of onions, cinnamon stick, which I had to run to the shop for before because we ran out. So I've just split it out. I've got 2-3 sticks in there. We just split out. About 5 bay leaves. You know I like my bay leaf. I don't like curry leaves. Everybody should know this by now. Okay, and I've got some cloves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's some ginger there.
So what was that? Bay leaf,
So
cinnamon,
bay leaf,
cloves.
and ginger needs a grater. Right, this is the basis for a lot of curries, as you all know if you have done it with me last year. Well, from the region that I'm from, so we're from the north of Pakistan, so if you go down south, it will be different down South India.
David said, why don't you heat the oil first?
Everybody's got their own technique. I think another friend of that said to me, and I don't. I just get on with it, plonk everything in. It all works in the end. But you're right, because somebody else has mentioned that to me in the past. It will cook, it will bubble, it will do its job, it's fine. And if you want to heat the oil up, there's no, you know, there's a saying, one hand will cook different to another hand, even if it's the same ingredients.
I think Fuzzy just made that one up.
No, we call it, it's in the hand, right? Oh my God, right. My sister will cook the same curry and it will be slightly different to my curry, although we'll have used the same ingredients. Its technique is subtly different. There's all different ways of doing everything, but you still got a curry at the end of it. Okay, this is my way, and I'm not going to, apologise for it. It's just the way I do it. Look, the onion.
I'll apologise for her. I'm sorry.
I've never ever boiled oil, but I know a couple of people do that. You're right. Okay. Well, it's one thing you have to take away from today. It's all in the hands, in your hands. Okay. So how you cook it, it's all in this. Is, it's really important. Right, I know a few people are doing the kofta curry. Oh, behave. A few people are doing the kofta curry, so they really will be concentrating. Okay. Okay. So onions, about 500 grams, 300 mils of oil roughly. No, 250. Sorry, I put less in, didn't I? A couple of cinnamon sticks, bay leaves, cloves, ginger, fresh ginger. I don't put the garlic in at this stage because you know very well that the garlic will burn. Okay.
But it's in your hand.
It's in my hand. You're just going to take the mick out of that the whole time, aren't you? Now you really are. Here we go.
There is the hand.
Right, I'm also going to add one extra thing, only because I've got it in, right? And we are going to use that, as I have listed it as one of the ingredients anyway, but I'll show you what I mean now. Roughly. Grater's really good for ginger. Okay.
And what's the secret ingredient?
This is the secret ingredient, because we've used it before. It's not a secret ingredient at all. Right, so, coriander. You know, if you store fresh coriander in a carrier bag, or in a bag, and seal it completely and put it in the fridge, it will last a couple of weeks. Okay? Just another trick. Because people think, how do I store coriander? I don't want it frozen. Blah, blah, blah. Easiest way. There's a fresh coriander in the fridge. Okay? What we're going to do is add the stalks. See this bit here? It's got so much flavour. So I'm going to add the stalks to that onion now.
The stalks?
You should have a bunch of coriander which is listed for it's actually for the aloo.
Use the stalk.
Use the stalk. Okay. Chop it up. I just washed it. Chop it up. There. There you go. Just that bit. And put that in. If you've got a nice... Some of the bunches won't have a lot at the bottom of it, but you have. Use it. It's got so much flavour. Okay? Right, I'm just going to chop this up because it's on my chopping board and put it into the bowl, okay? Not into there, just put it away, ready for later on. We'll
It's
use
nice
some of it.
to actually have a knife that will do the cutting.
Mr. Childry's impressed with, remember last year he'd moaned about my knife being really crap and really blunt. So I think he's happy with the fact that I've got a nice set of
You
knives.
can't pop a balloon with the other ones.
No, you couldn't, could you? Okay, so we'll put that this bowl out the way, because I said we will be using this afterwards. Right. In the next job, what we'll do is we'll get the after ready.
Okay, it's flour time.
Yeah.
How much flour is in this bowl?
Okay, I'll tell you now. 800 grams I've done. Again, that'll make about 6 to 8 chapattis and probably about 4 to 5 paranthas. It depends what you're making with it. It's a base for a lot of stuff. Okay.
Look at the colour on that. That's,
okay, keep an eye on that.
I use coriander stalks since I learnt Thai green curry.
There you go.
Yeah, that's it. You do find it a lot in Thai curry, the stalk, and lemongrass.
So I've just put this bag out, the last bit of the bag, but it's basically, it's chapatti flour, medium chapatti flour. I think this was Layla or Elephant, I can't remember the name.
What's the difference between this flour and normal?
Do you know, completely different. Try plain flour, try that, it's completely different things. It's kind of like a wholemeal flour, but it's a medium one, so it's not, if you want to use, quite a, then there's like a strong chapatti flour, but it really is like wholemeal, so you're going to have to give it a good knead. Okay, that's the difference as well, so the thing to give it any elasticity to it. But yeah, so I think so most of this is gone. This is about 800 grams in here. I did weigh it, so I know it's 800 grams inside there. And it'll make about 6 to 8 chapattis for breakfast.
So there you have it.
Okay. Right, what I'm going to do is add a little pinch of salt to that. Okay. Seasoning is important, so I'm adding a bit of salt. Okay. Some people even add oil to this at this point. We don't tend to add oil.
Olive oil.
No. So I'm doing warm water in a jug.
Okay, next ingredient is warm water in a jug.
Well, you can be in the jug. You can do it in the sink if you want to, it's fine. Okay, so what you're doing, again, you're making dough. So don't overdo too much at a time, right?
So pour in a little bit.
Because if you're not used to it, you've got to make sure you've got enough water to bring it together. Keep one eye on your onions. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're okay still. Okay. Mr. Chowdhury is quite happy. Dad's quite happily stirring the pan for me. Okay, I do need a bit more. Okay. So literally it's just salt, chapatti flour, well chapatti flour, a pinch of salt, and just bringing it together with about warm water. So the more you need, it releases the gluten, it's going to be a nice dough. This has got, it's actually got a little bit soft for me, so I'm going to add a little bit of flour. It's kind of a bit too soft. Give it a keep kneading. Okay. Now if you're not used to it, you're going to try it a few times till you get the right feel of it. This is still a little bit too soft for me.
Too sticky.
I don't want it to be too firm either. Okay. Really important. You don't want it to be over firm. Okay. Right. So we're getting there now.
Potatoes are boiling away.
Yeah.
That's doing all right.
And we've got the dough nearly done. I know some people spend a good 10 minutes doing this, but if you leave it for 10-15 minutes, it still does the same thing. Leave it to rest, which is why I'm doing it at the beginning now, so it's out of the way. Okay, it's coming together nicely now. Now you want it to have a little bit of give, okay? You don't want it to be firm where you're not able to roll it out. You need to have a nice, okay, that to me is a good feel now. Right, is the timing 12:30 too early for people? Is it too late? We prefer 1 o'clock. What timings do people prefer? Because we're just trying to juggle around everybody, and it's just I'm never gonna please everybody, obviously, but time-wise, are we good? Right, that to me, I'm happy with. So what I'm gonna do is put some cling film. Washing my hands first. And put some cling film over.
David says he loves how Fawzi can multitask.
Oh, you'll get used to it. You will get used to it. You'll get used to this. Usually we'll have 5 pans going and stuff like that. So
yep, she can punch me in the face and cook at the same time.
Right. So we've got chapatti going. What have I done with my cling film? It's here.
Cover it in.
Oh God,
that's not cling film.
Oh my God.
That's bags of.
Right. Okay. So I'm just going to do it loosely. Okay. So you don't want it at the
Tahir
top.
Khan said, "I'm doing an eat along with your cook along."
Are you doing the eat along? Are you? Nice.
Does that count? Yeah.
Mr. Shadry's hoping to do an eat along with the girl. Do you know the funniest is you don't even like meatball curry, do you? You like keema.
I'm not a fan of meatball
Swear
curry.
to
No.
God. Right, this is Naheed's fault. Naheed wanted meatball curry. So I've just loosely covered it so it doesn't dry out totally, okay? Right, we're going to put that aside. Done. Job done. Get that water out of the way. Okay. Right, let's go back to our lovely pan. Now, do you remember what I said last time? I didn't know about the aluminium pans. What did I call them? The packy pans, didn't I? I got told off for that. Right, the handles do get hot on these aluminium pans, so you do need something to hold it with. Right, it's starting to brown nicely. Here we go. Okay, what you need now is some garlic. Right, so my mini chopper decided to die on me. So
you've got a sharp knife now.
No, I'm not going to. Oh, do you know, I could be there forever. It'll be flying around the room for me. So I'm just using the old traditional way. Smash it up. It'll do the job. Okay. Whatever works, you can chop. So there's a whole bulb. You know what? I mean, people say, oh, you put 1 or 2 cloves of garlic in, but you need proper flavour. Come on, man. So get your full balls of garlic in. Come on. Right, potatoes, let's check one time the potatoes, come on. I can smell them, so they're nearly there. Yep, so once I put this in, we'll do that.
What were you looking for in the potato then?
Are they going soft and cooked?
Soft and hot.
Cooked!
Soft and cooked.
We've got to be able to work with them in a minute. We've got to make the masala for the aloo parantha.
I'm going to tell everyone about that call I had last night.
What call did you have last night? Seb works for British Airways customer service and he gets some funny customers. What happened last night?
I had a man ring on the American line from England, which is going to be expensive, only to complain that he was on hold for 40 minutes and it's costing him a fortune. Yeah. So I let him talk for another 40 minutes about how bad that was, telling me how expensive it is.
Well, people just like to rant and rave.
So at the end of it, I said, so you've been waiting for an hour and 20 minutes to tell me it's an expensive call. That's when he hung up.
Keep an eye. These things amuse him, by the way. So keep an eye. We are getting there now. Now, what you want to do is get these onions nicely caramelised, which they are starting to do, as you can see. But you don't want them to be where they're black. That's for rice, so when you're doing rice, you want them darker. Okay. So I'm putting the garlic in. That's a bulb of garlic. I said you can chop it with a knife. You can use a mini chopper. Whichever way, get your garlic chopped up. And put that in. Okay.
Right, it's all browning.
Which is nice. Good. It's a good thing. Not a bad thing. Right. Just realised something.
Fawzia has realised.
I'll tell you now. God. Right. Oh dear. Let's sort this out.
Tell everyone what you've just not done.
Right. Okay. First we draining the potatoes out into my colander, and I have only one colander, which I'm a bit stupid about. And I've got my mince, which I washed last night, and put it in there to drain, as you do. So we shall talk about it in a second. Okay, right. Chopped tomatoes, tin can go into here. Now,
what can you use fresh tomato?
You can use fresh tomatoes, about 6 to 8, but it will give you a thicker sauce. Some people put the spices in first, some people put the tomato in first. Both work. I'm not going to have that debate again. We had this debate last year, so we're just going to put the tomato tin in. Okay? Both sides work. You want to put your spices in. If you know what you're doing, put your spices in. If you don't know what you're doing, wait. Okay? With a little bit of water into that. And we'll sort this mince and stuff out now.
Well, this is called recycling. You can use that to put the water in with.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's put the lid on this and let it cook down a bit. Okay. But I'm going to put that down to about medium heat. I don't want it to burn.
Medium heat.
Yeah. Okay. Let's have a look so you can see. Just drop the tip down a little bit. Okay. Put the lid on. Let that cook.
Right.
Right, I'm going to sort this mess out. So I did get, this is frozen, this. So I wanted to wash my mince last night. Now we need to find a bowl.
A bowl?
A bowl. So we're going to put the mince, look, see, my fridge likes to freeze things as well. It's very good. I've got about 2 free fridges. It's a dodgy fridge, this one, not the main one.
Know your fridges.
Know your fridges, know your fridge temperatures. Right, so that's the mince, which we'll sort out now.
Oh, it's got meat in it.
We're going to get rid of all of this.
See, that's mince.
Okay, it's washed. I've washed it last night. Okay, we'll come back to that in a second.
Why do you wash the mince?
I'll come back to that in a second. Let's focus and get this all thoroughly washed. Okay.
Yeah, why do you wash the mince?
Okay. It's an Asian thing, you know, I really do think it is. Because some people are a bit fussy about it. Right, we're going to get the potatoes out now. Okay?
You still haven't answered that question.
I'm going to come back to it, I told you. We haven't got to the kebabs yet. The koftas. So, let's get this started.
Right, potatoes are being drained.
Okay, right, that's good.
I think Fozia's delaying because she's working out some reason as to why it has to be washed.
I don't know, do you know what? I think I've run out of bowls.
Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, I'll put that into there. I was just trying to find a bowl.
Yamima says she's against washing mince.
See, now this is okay. This is another debate. We'll come back to it. Okay, because I know that that's an interesting debate. I know it is. Okay, right. So we're going to put potatoes into here. Let's get it mixed. Okay, so drain your potatoes.
Steaming. You want to put butter on it?
Well, no, I'm not putting butter on it. We're not doing mashed potato. We're doing spicy potatoes. Okay.
Incidentally, if you ever do make mashed potato, put a bit of mustard sauce in there.
Oh God, here we go. Give me this mustard. Right, onion. We need some onion into this. Okay, onion's good. Right, so let's chop an onion. Get at least one onion into it.
So the answer to your question.
No, what I forgot to do. Right, mash your potatoes up. Okay, concentrate. I have my lovely ricer, do you remember? The posh stuff from IKEA, all of £8. Mash it up. If not, use a fork, use a hand masher, use whatever you want to do. But mash your potatoes up.
So, do you want to put mustard in now?
No, we're not putting mustard in this. It's a curry. It's aloo thingy. It's not your mashed potatoes. Okay. There you go. Right.
So we still haven't had an answer on why you should wash the mince.
Right, no, there's no answer, to be honest, because it's just personal preference. I know a few people wash their mince, and I know a lot of people don't, sort of thing. So, chicken mince I wouldn't do because it's just so messy.
Because it's chicken.
Have you tried washing chicken mince? It just goes everywhere. It's
Have you
disgusting.
ever tried washing a chicken?
Stop it. Right, and then let's put this all in. I just like using this for the fact that it does all this squiggly stuff, doesn't it? It's boss.
It's like having potato rice.
Yeah. It is good.
So we do need to
mash your potato up. Use a fork, use a hand masher, use whatever you need to use. I think Nigella Lawson used a specific piece of equipment to mash her potatoes with. Apparently there is something being sold.
It's called a slave.
It's not a blender. Shut up, you. It is not a blender. But it is specifically for mashing potatoes, apparently. It's a very posh piece of equipment. Okay. But I still like this. I think this is nicer. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's keep one eye on our pan as well with this thing in. Okay.
David said Mr. Chowdhury is hilarious.
Mr. Chowdhury will keep you entertained the whole time, I'm telling you.
When he gets in, I'll let him know.
Okay, let's have a look here. Okay, so just keep one eye, as I said, always go back to remember what you've got on the gas. That's cooking nicely. Put the lid back on that and then go back to our... Okay, right, so mashed potatoes. Now we need to chop the onion into it. Okay.
We need to, thank you, David. You two need your own TV show. I've been saying that for years, but
yeah, I mean, get a producer onto it.
I'm banned from entering the ITV studio.
Are you? Shut up. I don't know what he's done, but obviously. There we go. Right. That's half an onion. Let's get another half in at least. This will give it a flavour.
Can you use red onion?
You can. I actually thought about using red onion today. Of course you can. I'll give it a nice sweetness.
I think you should try that actually.
No,
a mix of white and red.
I literally was about to use red onion.
Yeah.
I thought about this.
Let's do red.
No, it's a bit late now.
Any other colours? Any other colours of onion that's out there?
Isn't.
There's a purple one.
There probably is actually, do you know.
Isn't there a
There's
purple?
random things out there, so there probably actually is. Okay. One should do. I'll see if we need another one in a minute.
Nicola Mohammed said the show should be called Keeping Up with the Chowdhury.
I'm not keeping up with the Chowdhury. Nikki! What's so wrong with her? She's only got planned in her head, no, Nikki. Right, okay, so I'm only going to add probably about... So we're going to start adding spices to this. It's the same spices you're going to use in a curry, okay? So I'm just going to add a little bit of salt first, because we can salt it afterwards. A bit more if you need to. So it's about half a tablespoon, actually probably about a quarter, and we'll use less. Because we can check in a bit afterwards, okay?
Salt's got magical properties in ancient times, you know.
Right, and again, chilli powder.
Fauzia's never been interested in history lessons.
I'm not even answering that. I'm just not even answering.
What was that you just put in?
Chilli powder.
Chilli powder, half
a
third.
Teaspoon. Not even
third
half.
Of a teaspoon.
Right, turmeric a bit more, so probably about half each, yeah. Okay. Curry powder. Some people do, and some people don't use curry powder. I like curry powder.
Salma's here. She's alright.
She said she couldn't come till 1 o'clock, so it's probably about 1 o'clock. Yep, that's right. Let me just go back to the pan because I'm going to keep the lid on because I want to keep an eye on it now.
Salma, why does Fauzia wash the mince? She doesn't know why she does it, but she just does it.
For those who don't know, Salma is my twin sister. Okay, so we've done curry powder into a little bit. And again, so garam masala. So, oh yes, don't forget, and again, for those who are not familiar, I always repeat myself, just in case. 2 types of garam masala. The shop packet, and it says garam masala on it in the shop packet. And you make your own, which is a whole garam masala, and you put it in a coffee grinder, or whatever things you have. Grind it up, and that's whole garam masala. Both are called garam masala.
Much more coarse.
Yeah, and so you can smell it really stronger, actually.
It's very earthy smell, isn't it?
Okay, so a bit of both. Okay. What I'm also going to add...
It's like having a mud bath.
Half of this coriander into it. Okay. The other half is going to go in the curry. So we're using half of that. So all that coriander is going to get used. A bunch. And I'm going to add a couple of green chilies. Right, the reason I'm adding green chilies... You do not have to add green chilies, but I know Mr. Chowdhury does not like... Not only doesn't like kofta, he doesn't like aloo parantha, which is good, because I get to eat them all. So it's fine. So I like the green chilies, so I'm going to add some. But if you're giving it to the kids and you want something mild, don't add green chilies, it's fine. I'm just adding 2 or 3 little green chilies. Okay. Don't add this if you don't want to. I don't think I put anything on the list. Right, mash it all in now.
Could you imagine the first day a human found a chili plant and ate a chili?
Yeah.
First time they ever did it, and they ate lots.
You do think of weird things, though.
Well, it's how we discovered certain things.
Yeah, how are things discovered? You do think of weird things.
Who rolled up a tobacco leaf and smoked it for the first time?
You probably. That's probably you.
That was good.
That's probably you.
That's good.
That probably was.
But what did they do after they had the chili?
No, that's probably on Maz, actually. Let's get it right.
Yeah,
Maz smokes to the hill, doesn't he?
He's the first ever human to roll up tobacco and smoke it.
Right, I'm actually now, I know it's a bit hot, but I'm going to get my fingers into this. It's a bit hot, okay? And if you don't, just keep using a fork just to really get it in. I've got asbestos fingers. I think I'm kind of like used to this.
Which, incidentally, if you do really have asbestos fingers, it's not a good idea to mix food with them. Well, is it? It's not, is it? It's not a good idea to do that. If you've got asbestos fingers, you should be banned from cooking.
Right, do you know what I'm going to add? I'm going to add a little bit of fennel on the carom. You know, if you're doing vegetable dishes, we tend to add that a little bit. So if you've got any carom, which is ajwain, or if you've got any fennel, add a little bit of that just to give it a bit more flavour.
This is starting to get a bit sticky.
Good.
This is starting to get a bit sticky.
We'll add that in a second, man, because it's still look. Okay. Now, still there, still got this sauce in it. Right, I'm going to come out. I'm going to add ajwain on for that.
Edgeware.
Ajwain and some fennel. A little bit, do you know what, these are very strong flavours, so only a little bit. If you are going to use the ajwain, literally, I'm talking about that much.
A sprinkle.
A sprinkling. They're very strong flavours, okay? I know somebody did Aloo gobi recently, she said she put loads of fennel, she didn't realise how strong it was. And again, it's just to give it additional flavour, really.
Aniseed flavour.
Yeah. So, right.
Well, it's good for digestion.
I'm going to add some spice. So that's, right, I'm going to do what GBBO, Grishy Bishy Bake Off, do is I'm actually going to bung it in the fridge while it's hot because I wanted to cool it down as quickly as possible. Normally you leave it out, let it cool down. If we just leave it on the table outside in the garden and hope that the...
It's cold enough.
Do you think? I'll leave it outside. Should I leave it outside? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it outside. Oh, hang on. Before you finish off, what do I always say? Taste your food. Get a piece of potato and literally, honestly, taste it. Taste it for seasoning. Okay, I'll stop it.
Asbestos.
Yeah, really good, actually.
The first human asbestos.
But add a tiny bit more salt because the heat is
too hot.
It's nice. But that will come nicely in the parantha though.
Alright.
Okay.
Before you want to leave that out.
I'm going to let that cool down, go to your coldest place so they cool down as quickly as possible, okay? There you go. Put some cling film on that. And we'll go back to the curry.
Which is bubbling away.
Actually, I'm going to leave the without cling film because I want the steam to go out.
Steam to go out.
Right.
So just put it in an outdoor walk-in fridge or walk-out fridge. It's an outdoor walk-out fridge.
Now, do you know, to make kofta sauce, I don't normally use a stick blender, but I am going to today to make it easier.
Salma says, what's for dessert?
I'm not doing dessert because I think actually, we are making banana bread later on, aren't we? We decided we're doing the traditional banana bread.
There's lots of bananas.
Because we've got about 5 bananas, which are going very brown. So, he demanded we can have banana bread later. Okay, well, that's not getting shown.
And the green custard.
With a green custard. Okay. Right, that's for later. Right.
Salma's upset. She's upset there's no dessert. You can have the banana bread, Salma.
Right, do you know, next week, I've kind of like got 2 things in my head I want to cook next week. All your thoughts, please, on this. Oh, well, let's get the spices.
Asbestos sandwiches.
Right, let's get spices in the pan. Let's concentrate for 5 minutes.
Salma says I always blend the sauce for koftas.
Yeah, I'm going to. That's what we said. We haven't got that. We haven't got that far. Stop heckling, Salma. You better just join. By the way, Salma is the opposite to where he will heckle all the way through this. Right, okay, so a tablespoon of salt to start with. We haven't got the far blending.
I showed Bilal and Kia today the ancient Maori haka.
That much? About that much for me. You can do less, you can do more depending on how hot you like it.
What is it?
Chili powder.
Chili powder, everyone. Chili powder.
Turmeric.
Any of the boys saw the haka being performed in New Zealand. I don't know if anyone knows what it is, but I didn't see boys in that room. They were all men performing.
Curry powder. And again, it's an optional one, curry powder, because not everybody likes it. Now, the only garam masala I'm going to put in now is the ready packet one.
The finer.
Not the other one.
She's using the finer one.
Yeah. Okay. And that's it. Okay. So what we're going to do is probably add a little bit of water.
Yeah. Why do you make your own cheese?
No. There's enough cheese makers out there.
Is there only not disadvantage? There's a lack of cheese in the Indian subcontinent. They make one, don't they? Paneer, and that is it.
Well, you do have this issue, don't you? Right, okay, so this is going a little bit of water to let it cook through. And also, we're going to, because you can see it's quite rough. Now with koftas, you don't really want to stir it too much.
No cumin?
So,
David
cumin,
says no cumin?
no, we haven't. I tend to put it in the garam masala. That's got cumin inside it.
Oh.
So we don't tend to put it in. Well, you can put, you can put ground cumin and ground coriander in at this point if you wanted to, sorry. I don't tend to put it in all my curries. Some of them I do and some of them I don't. So if you want to use it, well, level tablespoon, it's not a problem.
It's an extra flavour, which,
yeah.
If you like it, you put it in.
Okay, so I'm just doing it this much.
Mark Waynes has just done a new video called Backyard Thai Food Paradise.
God,
if anyone, you must watch some of Mark Wayne's eating in the,
no, you
in
don't
the East.
have to.
It's fantastic. No, his programs are great.
Weird.
Mark Wayne's on YouTube, fantastic.
Right, flip on. Okay, next job is
the PK street food ones are absolutely fantastic.
Right, so this is a kilo mint, and I just explained it's only because we've got a big family. If you want to do 500 grams, it's fine. Everything else should have been split down. Should have worked out. Okay, so what we tend to add to this is salt.
Salma said, "Who let Zeb out?" That's really. You've done it now, Salma. Look, you've done it now.
Okay.
Yasmin says Mark Wayne's videos are the best. They are. Mark Wayne's, when he does his tour of India and Pakistan, phenomenal.
They are. He makes us watch it. He makes his whole family watch it.
Kuala Lumpur's excellent.
Concentrate.
Look, she's crying now. And there's no onions anywhere.
Right, okay. Straight mace. Right, okay. About half a tablespoon of salt. Give it a bit of seasoning.
Why haven't you washed it?
We have washed it. You don't start that argument. You can and you don't have to. It's less than half a tablespoon of salt. Okay, and we just use garam masala. Okay.
What spin speed do you need to put it on?
What spin speed?
When you put it in the washing machine.
Sure. Right, okay, garam masala, the ground one. Garam masala, the packet one. And a little bit of chili powder.
Oh.
And that's it. I don't put anything else into this. Doesn't need anything else because it'll soak the flavours of the curry as well. So only a little bit of chili powder into that. Doesn't need a lot.
Salma said that I put a full for a kilo.
Full what? Full, we don't know what that is. Tell me what you put full in. Garam masala. I've done 2 lots of garam masala there. Right, give it a good knead, okay?
It needs a knead.
It needs a knead. It does.
Salt. I put a full salt.
Oh, tablespoon of salt in.
Per kilo.
It's fine.
It's all in the hands, Salma.
It's all in the hands, Sal. It's all in the hands. We've already had this debate. It's all in the hands. Oh my God, my mince is frozen and my hands are frozen now. Jeez.
But so that's the opposite of asbestos. So if Fozia was a superhero, her weakness would be frozen mince.
Okay. Stop it, you. Right, so we had this debate. So when we were young, my mum, when she made koftas, has never fried or pre-cooked the koftas beforehand. Put it straight into the sauce.
Alright.
So, but I am going to, because
you're going to fry them before you fry them.
Shallow fry them before I cook them in. Seal
I don't
them. You seal
understand
them.
that.
No, I know. Do you know what? I was speaking to...
That's like...
I don't even know why I was speaking to the other sister, Sal.
Hang on, you're going to...
Who thinks she's an expert at cooking koftas.
You're going to fry them before you fry them.
Shall I fry them or should I just put them in?
I don't understand what that means. That's like pre-boarding on a plane.
Right, so...
Like, hang on, how do I get on board before I get on board?
Do you know what? I'll just do it the old way. Plug it in like my mum used to do. Okay, we'll do it the correct way. Some people like to fry and shallow fry. You can shallow fry all the meatballs.
Salma says, when are you joining in? Are we getting a double trouble show or what?
When am I joining in?
No, this is Nicola's and
That's
Salma. Is she going to join in? Salma says I am going to be.
She is in trouble.
Salma's not happy with frying.
No, we're not going to. We're going back to the traditional way of not frying like my mum would do. Okay, so start making your meatballs. Start getting ready. Okay?
Begin pre-boarding. What?
What did you say?
When they say at the airport, you're standing there.
Now you could do either dead small little mini ones, or you could do like middle, or you could do large. It's entirely up to you.
We're ready to begin pre-boarding.
Do what you need to do.
What? How do I get on the plane before I've got on the plane? Salma says never fried before.
No, I agree. I was having this discussion with our Naj. And our Naj said we should fry. This is
what, fry before you fry?
Sal, this is the person who can't cook, by the way.
Oh.
She knows.
Oh, did you hear that?
No. They know, everybody knows.
It's on record now.
But apparently it's got you can fry them beforehand if you want to. We're not going to. We're just going to do the old way. Old school way. Okay, let's go for it. It was an extra bottle of oil, especially to fry them.
Like Naj is the expert.
There you go. I was waiting for that.
I don't know. I don't know if she is or isn't.
There you go.
But she did say that she likes to pre-board planes before.
What are you discussing?
I don't know what that means. Salma's got a grass on you.
I know, but I had this debate with her last week and she said I should fry them.
Shaista says, okay, you don't fry it, that's the secret.
Oh, do you fry them, Shaista? Shaista doesn't even cook off the Shaista Mirza. Since when have you cooked off first? You such a lie.
You lie.
You lie. These are people I can take the mick out, by the way. David, ignore me. We know these people. They'll shoot me afterwards. Okay, I've just took the heat down on that.
She's never fried them, according to Salma. Never fried them.
No, I agree.
Oh, Najib. We fry ours, Shaista said. You fry them before you fry them.
Right, Dara Mirza, I'm not even asking Shaista. Shaista doesn't cook. Dara, her sister, does cook.
Shaista said...
So Dara, I'd like to taste your version, please, next week so we know what the difference is. We need to have a taste test.
Well, Tyra does. Tyra, she fries them before... Pre-frying before frying.
Yeah. Well, some people do that, and that's fine. Okay. Oh, I should have had a big ground coriander and cumin. I put that on the list, didn't I, as well? I just remembered about that. Oh, well. Put it in if you've got it in.
So you missed an ingredient.
Yeah, but I don't normally do. I think I'm just getting posher and adding all these extra bits, you know. Pretending
so what's the option? Put in more coriander?
No, you don't need to. There's plenty of flavour there. There's plenty of stuff there. Sorry, mates. Okay. So. Right. Those who are making the meatballs, get on with making your meatballs as quickly and as neatly as possible. The next job we'll do is...
Nicola says, does it end up fatty if you don't fry it first? We're
not going to fry them today first?
No, does it end up fatty if you don't fry it off first?
No, this is quite lean meat, no? I would have thought if you fry it, that you're going to have more because it soaks in the oil.
It will drain up a lot of oil in there, so it'll be greasier.
It'll be more fattier if you fried them, I would have thought.
Do you add yogurt to the blended sauce?
No.
Or fennel seeds, Salma said.
No.
What sauce?
That bit to the base.
There's no yogurt in there?
No. You can do. Again,
she says...
I'm just trying to be traditional handy.
Salma says it gives a nice flavour.
I know, but I'm just trying to keep it traditional. I said there's about a million variants out there.
Stick with tradition, Salma.
Stick to tradition, yeah. Stop chopping and changing.
Like the Maoris when they do their haka.
Did my mother add yogurt and fennel to this? No. So let's stick with tradition. Thank you. That answered that. She's going to hit me for that.
She's a traditionalist.
Let's go with tradition.
After you blend.
No, I know what she means.
It gives a nice flavour after you blend.
We'll add that next time. Okay. Don't even got yoghurt in actually. I don't know, I haven't got a clue. Right.
Suppose you always eats my yoghurt when I buy
No,
it.
don't you start again.
That's true.
Don't start.
She added fennel.
We've added fennel to potatoes. We've done that bit. Right, so I've got my koftas done. How are you all getting on? Right, so
that's where I learnt it from.
Yeah. I'll speak to my mother and I don't ever remember her. Anyway, let's not have that debate now. We should debate this afterwards.
So you made quite a few out of that. So you should have something like that. Salma says hers are there in front of you. Yeah. These are Salma's. This roll here.
What are you two arguing about now?
We don't argue, we debate.
Aha.
Closure argues.
Get out of here.
It's never a debate.
Oh, it's funny. Just trying to get something watching. See, this is what you can do while everybody's catching up. But give everybody time to catch up. Make sure that they've got all their mince done. Is all your mince done ready?
Salma says, we fight. That it's yeah.
No, that's the operative word.
Hosier and Salma
Right,
do fight
okay,
occasionally.
so what we're going to do, that's nice. Okay, the stickiness at the bottom is nice and that's good. It'll give it a nice colour. Okay, so add a little bit more water. Okay.
Sticky. It's very sticky.
I'll probably add some fennel. Do you know what? I'm going to add a little bit of fennel. I'll give in with the fennel, but I'm not adding yoghurt yet.
Yeah.
Just because, no, not now. We'll add a little bit of fennel. If you've got fennel around, chuck it a little bit in because I'll never hear the end of it. Right, okay. Right, let's go. What I'm going to do is blitz this now. Before I blitz it, I'm going to take out some obvious things which I don't want. Cinnamon stick and bay leaves. You don't want them blitzed up.
Take them out now.
Okay.
Oh, she's got the tissue ready. It's a bit messy, this job.
Okay. Stick blender comes out. Ready?
If you haven't got one, you have to
you just go with that sauce. To be honest, you just keep stirring it. Give it a good stir.
So this is like a quicker. This is an
Yeah, just give
acceleration.
it a nice smooth sauce.
She's going to accelerate the process.
Yeah, but you can't. I don't think my mum had a stick blender when we were young. She just got on with it. Didn't she?
Nobody had anything when we were young.
Exactly. So we're just going for the cheats option out really here. Now again with my asbestos fingers, out comes the bay leaf. Comes the cinnamon stick. Bay leaf.
That's a good idea to count how many bay leaves you put in.
Yeah. And there's about 4 or 5, so it's fine. I will find them. Okay. Okay, so they're coming out slowly. Should add more cinnamon, definitely. Well, that was hot. Right, there's another cinnamon stick in there somewhere. Come on, out you pop. There's 3.
Did it disintegrate?
There it is. No, it won't disintegrate. It's a bit too hard for that.
Okay, that's the
Right, is there any more? Can we spot any more?
the woodland stuff.
I mean, also you could have had cardamom as well. Some people like to add cardamom at the beginning of a curry. I just don't think it really needs it in most curries. Right, there you go. Okay, let's go and give it a blend. So I'm just going to take it off the gas just to blitz it over here. But if you haven't got a blender, just keep stirring it down as much as you can before you add it. I'm not going to take it totally smooth. It's going to be still rough. But it's a bit easier, that's all. Back at the gas and cook it. So it's still roughly, it's not totally smooth, but that's fine. Okay, let's just start it all off.
Oh, it's bubbling away.
That's fine, that's good. It's all good. Let's get rid of the blender out of the way. Now.
Right, so the kofta balls are going to go in and start cooking.
And also put some kettle water on, half a kettle of water on.
Half a kettle of hot water
boil
for some reason.
Add some sauce to it. And we're going to need potatoes in a minute as well. So I've got the kettle boiling. Right, here we go. To get a kettle of water on, you'll need some extra sauce. Okay, that's fine. Okay, what we're going to do now slowly is add the meatballs.
So just put them in. You want to make a smiley face in there or?
Okay. It's a bit late, I'm going to switch you around. We'll do it that way around. Let's go. I'm going to do a little smiley face, is that what you want?
No, I'm just thinking it doesn't matter how you put them in, you just put them in.
There's a smile, there's two eyes.
No, that's not very good, that.
There you go.
Most people are going to be disappointed with that.
Oh, there you go. That's as far as I could go, but the whole pan is...
We were thinking of the
So this is the reason why it's
Mel
using a wide
Gibson's Lethal Weapon kind of smiley face when he shoots the target.
The wider the pan, the better it is, because you need more space to put the meatballs in.
Alright.
Okay? Right, this is the part where you don't stir too much. People say, why do my koftas crumble? You don't stir it at this point.
Right, so there's a secret.
You have to let it seal. So instead of frying, we're going to seal it. Okay? You can shake the pan a little bit, which we'll do, but don't really stir it too much. Okay? Move those
Cover
to the
them.
side. Yeah. That's such a nice sauce, I can see already. Some nice sauce there. Okay. So, don't stir it for a few minutes, let the bottom pot seal. Okay? So while that's going on, what we're going to do is get some potatoes out of the way.
So that's the secret, everyone. Don't stir. Do not stir.
And use a wide bottom pan, this will help you.
A wider pan.
Right, so we've got some potatoes here.
More potato.
So what we tend to make, right, so when you do koftas, you can either do kofta as itself. Traditionally we brought up with potatoes inside it. It soaks the sauce really, really nicely and goes really well with it. At weddings, I think this was such a big thing in the 80s and 90s, was spinach kofta. You put a tin of spinach into it, and that's a really nice curry. It's one of my favourite childhood curries, I suppose, actually. It's really nice. Okay, we're going to peel these. So while it's sealing, let's seal.
Is it popular at the wedding at Cana?
Whose wedding is it at the Cana? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, but Iso travelled there to go to the wedding at Cana.
No, stop it.
It's true.
Right. Okay, potatoes. So probably all three of these I'll probably use actually. Is Niece still there?
Niece!
Niece is Zeb's sister. Normally she chats away.
Niecey.
She said hello. She's probably upset because I haven't made a cake yet. So, I was saying for next week, I woke up, right, this is like, I'm a bit weird about these things, right. So I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up around about midnight and go, or just after midnight and go, I need to eat this. So I'm going to make, now, I don't actually want to announce it yet because Zeb will shout at me because he won't want to make it because he doesn't like it. Just like he doesn't like koftas.
What are you going to make?
Okay, we'll discuss the dessert. We're going to do a dessert. I'm not discussing the main. We'll discuss the dessert instead.
Oh, you're going to take halal turkey bacon?
No. Shall we do? No, he wanted apple and pear crumble, which I think is a bit easy. So I thought,
it is easy, but it's great.
Should we do now?
Right,
slowly.
so now you're stirring.
No, but not stir. So just moving them around so that the top will also.
Oh, so rotate them.
Yeah.
So the bottom will
So
cook.
technically, that's like sealing them instead of frying them. You know what I mean? Sort of thing.
So just move them around, shuffle them about. Oh, Nisi's still there.
Yay! Nisi didn't hear you for what?
Top fan. Nisi's a top fan. Nisi's mum watching as well.
Right, so your potatoes. Now, let's stick to that. So I'd probably say about that size. So same size as the koftas, basically. That's what you want to do. I've got 3 medium. So you can do with peppers. You can do spinach. You can do whatever you want. And I've got a tin spinach. I'm not talking about the fresh stuff because that just gets eaten away, as you all know.
Okay, you put peppers in there.
Yeah, you could do kofta and peppers. You can do whatever you want inside it.
I said Nisi's a top fan, and Salma says I'm a bottom.
Sure.
I don't think you should say that, really.
She'll say it again because you said that.
I don't think you should tell people that.
Right, so again, I don't really want to stir. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put potatoes gently over it. I just don't want to stir it. Gently.
So this is going to take a while to cook.
It'll take about 20 minutes. It's not going to take a while. So you're cooking it, I'm going to put some water over it. Shake this through.
Oh, Salma, do you mean Bottom, the TV series with Rick Mail and Adrian Edmondson? Because it is quite good.
Right, so if you're going to add water, literally add it from the side.
Dribble.
Okay, do not pour it everywhere. So
Why is that?
Just don't want to break the koftas up. Anything to break, not to break the koftas up. Okay.
So,
the odd 1 or 2 break, but not all of them.
Okay, so that needs to be cooked now.
Right. Now you should be able to slowly move some of them. Okay. Now here, I hope you're paying attention. This is specifically asked for by somebody. Right, so just bring that to the boil.
Could you do it without potato?
Yeah, you could do spinach, you could do just water if you wanted to, just do meatballs. We traditionally would add a vegetable to them. I've never known it without. But you can do, yeah. Right, so I'm going to move that to the back gas and we're going to get on with our paranthas.
Parantha. Which is a traditional breakfast, really, for PK. It is traditionally it's high calorie, but these guys were labourers, farmers, labourers.
Right.
They needed to have huge breakfasts.
So what I'm going to do is put the lid on this and move this to our other gas, the back.
Not too high.
No, it's a lower heat. Okay, so it's going on the back gas. Right, on a medium heat. Okay. Let that cook. So it'll take about 20 to 30 minutes to let the potatoes and the koftas cook, okay? So that'll keep going. We might actually finish the paranthas beforehand and we'll just see how that goes, okay? Right, we're going to bring out the old faithful boa. Okay.
To get your koftas out.
Okay. Right, get rid of all these things. Don't need any of this. Right, if you are making paranthas with not butter but oil, if you're doing vegan, you can use oil and just brush oil onto it. Okay, so there is alternative. You can use oil instead of butter. It's not quite the same, but you're definitely getting the flavour effect there.
Olive oil.
Any?
Olive oil.
Okay.
Ah. Rosie's got the chingay.
Right, and I've even got, my mum gave me this posh one. We've got the traditional thing that goes, it seats it all in. Okay. Right, we don't need that. Okay, so that's ready to go.
Right, so how was the frozen? Has it cooled down?
Quite nicely, yeah. Okay, so that's been in the garden, so that's cooled down quite nicely. next one. So we've got the chapatti flour. Take the cling film off that. Right. Okay, so what I'm going to start with the basic one. Obviously, there's a basic chapatti. You always have to do that, and plus you'll want that for your dinner, won't you? Mr. Chowdhury likes his chapatis.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I've got some flour. Again, chapatti flour. Sprinkle it out. But I tend to leave it more to the back. Okay, so grab some of your dough.
How much?
I'll show you. Now you can make a small chapati, you can make a large chapati. It depends on yourselves what you want to do. Right, make sure your dough is heating up. Okay, you can use a flat frying pan if you need to.
So this needs to be pretty hot.
It needs to be hot. That does need to be hot. Okay. Okay. So, palm size. It's a decent sized chapati. Okay.
Tennis ball.
Yeah. Okay. Roll it out. So we'll do a chapati first before we do a parantha. Okay. So anyway, what I was talking about the desserts for next week was, I think he was choosing crumble and stuff like that, and I thought, should we do apple pie? Should we do a pie? Should we make pie?
It's the same as apple.
No, crumble is different. Apple pie is different.
Apple and pear pie.
No, that's apple crumble is different. That's just butter and sugar. Or
what's the difference then? If you do
pastry, proper pastry around it.
If you put pear as well.
You can. That's okay. I'm not saying that. But I think a pie is slightly more technical than a crumble.
Let's do apple and pear pie.
Okay, but I'm not telling you what the mains is because he'll shout at me.
Yeah, it looks like it's turkey bacon.
It's not turkey bacon. Shut up.
Why have you taken the lid off?
I'm just going to check it. Just keep an eye on these things. Now, because it'll be sealed, now you can give it a little stir. See? And the koftas should all be whole.
It's too steamy.
There you go. Okay, but again, still don't stir it too often, okay? Just let it just go. Leave the lid off.
The chapats are cooking.
It's quite a small one actually, so it needs to make a bigger dough. Slightly bigger.
So that's cooking away, as you can see.
Okay. So we're so used to doing this.
So now it's parantha.
Shall I do one more chapat first, so you've got just a couple of chapats? Because we're just waiting for that to cook anyway. So we've got an easy session today. Right, let's turn that over.
There you go. An ancient flatbread. It hasn't changed for thousands of years.
Absolutely.
I wonder how they accidentally put yeast into it, because that would have been an accident.
Yeah, I thought so. I'm just going to lower the heat of that. Want it bubbling or simmering, bubbling, so. Okay. That's actually quite a small chapati. You're getting small chapatis today. That's a bit bigger. Okay. So, I'm going to put the back heat on. The reason I put the back heat on is this keeps this warm. Okay.
Oh, Posey's doing the.
I'm going to throw it on there, but you can use it. Now, if you haven't got a gas cooker, you can use a tea towel and push it down in your pan. And you can use it, there's like a, what are they called? Those flat spoons that you can get.
Flat spoon? Spatula?
Like a spatula type thing. Yeah, you can use whatever, but I'm just so used to doing it directly on the cooker.
This is an ancient technique.
handed
down from the ancestors.
Okay, so one more chapati and then we'll start the paranthas, okay? Right, paranthas.
Right, this is what everyone's been waiting for.
Right, okay, so...
David says, can I make rotis?
Yeah, maybe why not?
Yeah, I've done a couple.
Oh, you!
I've done a couple. They're a bit square, really, than round. I don't have this... I haven't got the technique down yet.
You're not allowed in the kitchen. Kick him out. So these are slightly smaller dough balls than the other one. So we're going to make two this time, okay?
Each layer?
For each
this
layer.
is a two-layer product,
yeah, because with a filling inside.
Thomas says I must make an attempt. I'll do it off camera.
He's got his dressing gown. I can't see him doing it today. There's no chance today.
I had a dressing gown day yesterday.
Right, what I'm going to do... You did, didn't you? He actually did his work. He actually worked in his dressing gown. Right, I'm actually going to just simmer my curry on a lower heat, like a medium to low. Just dropping it down so it's just like simmering now. Okay?
Salma says as if. Is that as if or as if?
No, he did. He had his dressing gown on.
Yeah, I work from home, so why not?
He actually genuinely did. So that's on simmer now. Okay, so we've done 2 chassis. Okay, so...
I didn't go to the supermarket dressed in my pyjamas, Salma.
Let's have a look. Okay, right, so roll out to a decent size. Now, it depends on how... Probably start small until you get used to making them.
Oh, Salma's like... No, she meant about making the roti later, as if I would have a go. I am going to have a go. Mum showed me the roti maker device.
Yeah,
you can get a device, it will make the roti for you by just putting the dough in. No, the water, the flour, the salt into the mix, and it mixes it, and it will make a roti at the end of it, and you'll have that as the end product. They looked a bit thick though. Or were they too thin? I can't remember which one it was. Rotisserie, not dressing gown.
Sorry. Right, okay, so we'll just lower the heat a touch because we're going to have the butter on it in a minute. Turn the back one off.
Right.
Okay, I need butter.
That's the butter that was cubed.
Yeah, it's going to be soft, okay? So we've got that ready. So we're going to get a spoonful of this mix. Put it in. Yeah. I'm piling a bit more because they do spread out, you'll see what I mean. Now these are perfect.
Shazia said the reason why you got asbestos fingers is flipping those rotis directly from heat.
It is, it's true. Hi Shaz, I know she was doing on. Okay, so I piled up a little bit because they do spread out, and these are really, really nice with a pickle, with, you know, just sitting and munching off.
So what you made is a little pie.
Yeah, so.
Roti pie.
Seal the ends so it doesn't go all flying out. It will do to a degree, but seal it down a bit.
And then keep rolling.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a little bit bigger price. So what we're going to do, get a little bit of butter. It should be soft now. Now you don't have to do this beginning. You could do it after you put the things you got, but it just started cooking off. Okay. There you go. I'm going to take the heat back up now. Okay. I'll let that cook a little bit though. Let's go back.
Now these are high calorie. Definitely are.
Oh yeah, definitely. This would fill you up for like a full day, as in, like, you know, when you have the breakfast tradition, that's where it is, isn't it?
It was the morning.
Filled.
That was your morning intake, and the rest of the day was your little snacks.
Yeah, until the evening meal, if she was that tea, you can have anything else at lunchtime.
David agrees with me. It's roti pie. It is.
That's coming along nicely. Okay. You still need to keep cooking that until the potatoes are soft.
Can you use ghee instead of butter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ghee was traditionally the way
who
to
knows
do it.
me knows I don't like ghee.
Ghee was the traditional way.
But I like the homemade ghee, but not the shop bought stuff. Okay, go for it. Take that over.
That's heavy.
Okay.
That sounded really heavy there.
So what you need to do now is slowly get your butter.
That was almost like a nuclear thump. You could hear that in Delhi. People in Delhi are going, somebody's making parantha in England. I heard it.
Right, so here we go. Okay, turn it over. I am going to put the extractor on this, although the back door's open because there's a lot of steam. So just bear with it a minute.
Shazia said, less calorific than Mum's. We put a big blob of butter before covering with a second roti. Fozia hasn't finished yet. She hasn't finished yet.
Oh no, that's it. That's it. Are you sure that's not the plain parantha? The plain parantha. We could do that. We should show you that again. Should we do plain parantha?
I think simply on this we're already up to 800 calories just on this one.
Well, maybe a bit more. I don't know. I'm not even justifying it. I'm just going, yeah, it's parantha.
Yeah. Smother in butter.
Look, so the koftas are nicely sealed, cooking along. That needs to be cooked until the potatoes are cooked, okay? Now, obviously, use fish slice or something like that if you're not used to doing this. Okay, it's really important. We'll do a plain parantha. We'll do a plain parantha, the swirly one.
Oh, what?
There you go.
Swirly.
Plain parantha. So you've got an aloo parantha. So I'm going to do a few of those aloo paranthas afterwards.
Suppose you're making just a normal
just a plain parantha with extra butter inside it.
It's roti with butter inside it and outside it.
Yeah.
And smothered in butter.
Yeah.
And then butter dripped onto it.
Is it quite finished?
And finished off with a garnish of butter.
No. Now those hardcore who like butter in the curries would put butter into that curry now actually, but I'm not really fussed on putting extra butter in my curries. So I don't tend to.
So just remember, we don't work the farms anymore. We don't do that.
Right.
So that's probably 2 days worth of food there, just in there. Oh, there we go, there's some more. We've just gone to the 1,000 calorie mark.
Yeah, that's cooked that nicely now.
That was a third and a half. They heard that at the other side of Russia.
Right, okay, sure.
Rosie is cooking again.
Okay, so this is where the blobs of butter will come into it. Okay, just a plain one. If you haven't got the confidence to do the aloo one.
Shazia says definitely does for mooli parantha and plain. You're right.
Okay, right, ready?
But not the case for aloo.
There you go.
So look, this is an ancient folding technique.
Is it? It's just spinning it around. Okay. I have done this before. We have done this before.
So that's just butter. That was just mantequilla.
Yeah. Okay, so there's butter inside this now, don't forget as well. It's been swirled around. Okay.
Like a Danish pastry.
Yeah.
I've got just a memory hit me there of sugar being put into it.
Yeah, that's right. Sugar can be into butter as well, that's right.
So that was the dessert version of it.
Probably.
So you had the...
So you got little blobs of butter.
1,000 calorie one for the main course. And then the 1,500 calorie one for...
So we traditionally do put butter on the dough wax because it just stops the oil off. Okay.
So you could put a little sprinkling of sugar in there for a sweeter version.
Just checking on the potatoes. Right, they're not cooked. They'll take about another 20 minutes or so. So that just needs to go on simmer. I'm going to put the lid on. We're going to finish up in a minute, so that will just need...
How long was the cooking time for that?
About 20 minutes, until the potatoes are soft.
Right.
And simmer.
But the meat's already done really, isn't it?
So, and then at the end, what you tend to do is the whole garam masala that was ground up. Okay, that will go on. Okay. The meat's done, but we still have the potatoes to cook, and also there was some...
Now Shazzy says she can hear the cardiologist sharpening their tools. I would agree. I don't think you'd get to the cardiologist after eating this for a week.
Do you remember that time when Sahina made us curry with no salt in it? Because she was going through a huge phase of
no salt.
No salt. No, she literally made everything with no salt, and we just nearly pissed ourselves. We were just like, get the salt shakers out now. Okay.
Salt's not bad for you.
So technically that's done until the potatoes are done, but I'm just going to leave it on low simmer with the lid on. Okay?
Salt isn't that bad for you, it's just the massive quantity will do you in.
Okay, let that simmer down. So everything's in there now, okay? Literally just waiting for the potatoes to cook.
Right.
Right, we cook the curry, are we done? A bit more butter on here.
More butter, everyone. Can you use margarine?
What's that, Faulty Towers? What's it?
Yeah.
What does he say?
Too much burro
Burro.
on these trays.
Yeah.
And what does Manuel say?
Burro?
Burro is donkey.
Donkey.
Mantequilla. No. Uno, dos, tres. You have to see it.
Yeah, just watch Faulty Towers, you'll get that joke, honestly.
There's too much burro on those trays. No. Uno, dos, tres.
So, curry is done. Chapatis are done. There's an aloo parantha there. I'm going to make 2 or 3 more of those in a minute. And there's a plain parantha as a naughty treat for me.
That's bubbling away, so that's bubbling inside and outside. Yeah, that's about a week's worth of calories.
So don't forget to post up what other stuff that you would like to, even if it doesn't get done next week, it'll get done over the next few weeks of what other stuff that you would like getting cooked. Because everybody's got their favourites. I know Mr. Chowdhury wants apple crumble.
Butter versus more butter is fantastic.
Right, concentrate. I know somebody wants caramel flan, but I think we need more like savoury options as well.
Just to let everyone see. That's what's left.
No, it was what there. It was a behave. Behave. It was already left.
That's only for two things.
You're not eating this, so stop complaining. He likes the chapats. He's eating chapats.
I'm going to be eating like a hamster for a week if I eat that. Aloo gosht. David says, can you do aloo gosht?
Aloo gosht.
Meat potato curry.
Okay, possibly. Yeah.
What about those pies?
No, I'm not giving everything
Chicken
away.
pie.
You can't think of everything away. Okay. Right, so
it's a secret.
No, because right, we are trying to open a couple of businesses. I have launched the frozen one, the frozen curries. To take that off. So we have started.
What's it called?
Fosius. www.fosius.
www.fosius.co.uk.
So if you go on there, that will give you the site for the frozen curries.
Don't forget the glab jam and cake.
They have gone to Scotland, they have gone to Kent, they're going around the country, they're going to Manchester, they're going everywhere. So that's good. Yes, and then we're just waiting for Mr. Stan the Man. We're actually waiting for Stan the Man to fit an extractor hood, and bits and bobs like builders.
Because when Fozzy's cooking the parantha, all that steam has to be extracted.
So we're getting there slowly but surely.
Don't forget to mention, Fozzy's made a cake called it's the glab jam and cake.
You're not getting the glab jam
I
and
think
cake.
it's fantastic.
We're not doing that. Stop it. Okay.
Oh.
Right, so some recipes I will give out, and some recipes I won't, because
Shazia said, thank God for the unlimited exercise allowed in the current lockdown. Mind you, a walk from Liverpool to London would be required to burn off all that butter. And coming back as well, I think. You'd have to do a round trip.
Not looking bad, the curry. The potatoes are 3/4 done, so I'm letting it still simmer as we go off. Okay, and I'll post up a picture in a bit. Chapattis, paranthas and curries are all done today. Nice and easy. I did say we're going to keep it easy today after our last week's epic saga.
So next week is going to be...
It's going to be kitchery with an Anglo twist. See, I knew you're pulling a face already behind me, you're right.
Kitchery.
Kitchery is one of my favourite foods. I woke up at about midnight thinking about kitchery.
That's just fish, isn't it?
No, it's fish on top with dal and rice and stuff like that. It's an Indian porridge.
Salma says...
Waiting for it. Yeah, you are. Okay, and obviously we're going to do maybe an apple pie. Okay.
Apple and pear pie.
Oh God, you and your pear. Right, should we say, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. Okay, it's an hour and a half, so we're done. Say goodbye, Mr. Chowdhury.
Goodbye, Mr. Chowdhury.
Just give us an idea what times also suits people as well. 12:30, 1, 1:30. We need to know this sort of stuff so we can work around people as well. Okay, we'll see you next week.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.